Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to be discussing why there's a good possibility that altcoins are brewing for a possible alt season. I'm going to be giving my explanation on why we may be poised for a massive explosion in altcoins, so please pay attention. But first, we have to understand how an alt season even occurs. The first way is to understand how cash flows between Bitcoin, altcoins, and stablecoins. This altogether gives us an indirect understanding of how the Bitcoin dominance works. So very simply put, the Bitcoin dominance denotes the market share of Bitcoin when compared against the altcoins. The Bitcoin dominance chart can be used as an indicator to identify crypto market trends, but just simply looking at the dominance chart may not be enough to make informative decisions on when an alt season may be coming. So from 2018 to 2024, as the number of altcoins in the crypto market continues to rise, Bitcoin's dominance has been gradually decreasing, making it even more difficult to know when a true alt season may be coming. So you're probably holding an altcoin right now as you speak, but hurt because you only saw meme coins run this year. So how can we know when this transition will occur, where we'll see higher cap altcoins or mid cap coins even to see a rise in their dominance? Again, it's just not enough to look at the Bitcoin dominance chart alone in 2024, but we can still use this chart to kind of get an informed decision on how we can combine the puzzle together. So a few years back, I've created what's now referred by pretty much everyone and is copied by everyone that is still applicable today, is the Bitcoin dominance flowchart. You can use this dominance flowchart without even having to really make any other educated guesses to track how an alt season may occur, so that the trader or you can make informed investment decisions based on this flowchart alone. While there aren't solid principles behind it, this cash flow theory or diagram is how we can get a pretty good darn idea of how the dominance actually works. So without getting too deep into each and every row of the flowchart, let's talk about what has happened in the past year. We saw a massive Bitcoin bull run, but no real movements in altcoins other than meme coins. In fact, we saw a decrease in the altcoins, right? Meme coins alone was not enough to define an overall trend in the altcoin markets, so that is why we only saw those coins run as opposed to the real high cap coins we actually define as altcoins. So there can be an impending Bitcoin bull run when Bitcoin dominance and price assumes an upward trend, which is what we saw in this past year. This is what we saw during the bull run. We didn't see altcoins going up as much as Bitcoin did. So that's why we saw actually a stable or accumulation phase or a decrease in altcoins. It's very simple, right? So secondly, when Bitcoin's price is on an upward trend, so if Bitcoin's price is in an upward trend, right, as you can see here, while its dominance is decreasing, all you have to do is swap back and forth depending on what of the trend you may be in right now. So when you see Bitcoin's price on an upward trend, the dominance is shrinking, it could indicate a potential alt season. This is what we're going to be focusing on. So if we look at the actual Bitcoin dominance chart again, are there any signs for a potential drop in the dominance? Well, by utilizing what's known as the LA wave theory, once there is a 5-wave move up, you can get a pretty good informed idea on if there is a reversal on the horizon. Here we have a potential 5-wave move up within it. And within the 5th wave of the entire 5-wave move up, there can be additional evidence provided by what's known as the ending diagonal wave pattern. That signals a possible strong reversal in the trend, as you can see by these two contracting lines. If we look at the actual theory itself, for those that are new, the LA wave theory or principle states that an ending diagonal is usually followed by a sharp decline, retracing at least back to the level where it began and typically much further. There is a lot of evidence behind this as well. So in this case, since we're looking for the Bitcoin dominance to go lower sooner than later, and we have identified a possible reversal pattern utilizing the LA wave theory patterns, this indicates that altcoins may be potentially ready to go up as Bitcoin dominance goes down. So we're utilizing not only the LA wave theory, but if we refer back to what I have been saying from my flowchart, if we see a decrease in it and we see Bitcoin also increasing or kind of stabilized, we can see altcoins either go into an accumulation phase or increase, and that is known as the alt season. Now, alternatively, we can still technically see invalidations of these patterns and see the dominance continue to rise, which is what we have been observing for the past few weeks. the longer it trends in a range, the higher the chance that it will eventually break this trend and go to the downside, as we have been going up for the past year or two. So that is why we have to kind of make that informed guess based on all these different combined technical factors. And one of them is what the Elliott wave theory shows us, is that we are looking for a possible conclusion of a 5-wave move up. And within that 5th wave, we are seeing a contracting nature, which means that if we're seeing overlaps within the actual 5th wave, that is what creates the potential ending diagonal pattern. And we can see a strong reversal. And based on the theory, it can also retrace all the way down to the starting point of the actual diagonal, or even further, depending on how the actual trend reverses. That's something that we do not know, but you can still have the potential to make that kind of guess before the actual drop happens based on this Elliott wave pattern. So if that's the case, we're going to be expecting the Bitcoin dominance to decrease as per this diagonal pattern. And we're also going to be assuming, based on our previous videos and our Bitcoin analysis, is that we have already gone down pretty far enough for Bitcoin to assume that we may be in a possible wave 4 or some kind of bottom range and create a possible double bottom area or some kind of liquidity zone that we may be entering. Then we are going to expect Bitcoin to actually increase in price. And then we should see that is where we'll see the flow of money going into possibly altcoins. So if that's the case, what other evidence can we kind of get out of this? Well, we have two charts here, and I'm sure that most of you are versed in this, is the total 2 chart and the total 3 chart. Both, charts are a little bit different because this chart excludes Bitcoin and this chart excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. But both charts, as we're seeing a possible conclusion of a 4th wave within this total 2 chart and also total 3 chart that is also coming into that golden Fibonacci zone very, very soon. So if we are already within this zone of possible confluence, there is a very good chance that we could still be going up to the upside for a possible 5th wave or a 3rd wave, depending on which chart you're looking at, and see a possible potential reversal where a lot of people are expecting more downside. Now, there is also, of course, the possibility for us to kind of reverse entirely, but it would just be an anomaly at this point, or kind of a peculiar situation where we are just going to be dumping further, but there is no way we can kind of predict that. But based on these patterns alone, we can see a possible potential reversal because we have seen already a pretty significant drop within the altcoins, which is around 30 to 35%. And based on fractals alone, 2018 to 2024, a typical bull run retracement is around 30 to 35%. So that is also kind of lining up to what we could possibly seeing a potential move to the upside for all of these altcoins. Now, in my opinion, I don't think all meme coins are going to be running this season going forward. I think they can make a potential bounce, but there are going to be a select coins only now that are going to be able to break past their all-time highs potentially. I think Pepe, for example, has already done it. Wifcoin, I think, has also a potential, but we'll have to see. But a lot of these coins that haven't broken their all-time highs just yet have a potential for a pretty good strong run. And that's why I am very interested in seeing all of these high-cap coins such as Litecoin, ADA, Cardano, or XRP, Ripple, XLM. If you guys haven't seen any of my videos on why I think those have a very good potential run, please do go through my video list to see which coins I think that are going to be having a higher potential for a run based on the risk-reward ratio of each coin and how much they have actually retraced since the 2018 bear market. I think those coins have a higher potential than what we have seen for already these coins that ran, such as meme coins, this year. So if we are taking into those combination of factors all together, utilizing the Elliott wave theory, if we see a potential 5-wave move up and within that 5th wave move seeing a contracting nature, which concludes as a possible ending diagonal, we can see a sharp reversal. And also by utilizing the dominant cycle theory, or the flowchart that I created, is that we're going to be eventually seeing this here where we're potentially in, where the dominance has been increasing for the past year or two, Bitcoin increasing and decreasing at the same time, and we haven't seen altcoins running. We may now be in this phase where Bitcoin is going to be stable, even if the dominance increases, we're going to see the stabilization of altcoins and then eventually going into where dominance is going to be decreasing based on the patterns alone, and then see the Bitcoin price action slowly making a recovery, and then that is when we'll see the alt season happening. So that is how we're going to be achieving the alt season, and that's why I think that we're very soon, rather than later, going to be seeing the alt season for the year 2024 going forward, and most likely into 2025, where we'll see all of our favorite altcoins going up. Hopefully that was helpful, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you haven't already, please do follow me on social media for more daily updates on X at XForceGlobal. If you haven't subscribed already or liked the video, please do give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.